So you're considering buying a condo in the Bay Area, but are hesitant because you are unsure if it's a wise investment. Why do people still even own condos to begin with? That's exactly what we're going to break down in today's video. I'm Spencer Sue, your Bay Area real estate expert. Whether you're looking at buying a condo, townhome, or single family home, reach out to my team and we would love to help guide you through all of your options. One of the most common questions we get from clients is whether buying a condo or a townhome is a good choice for both personal use and as an investment at the same time. After all, real estate is going to be a significant purchase for most people, but it is also an essential asset portfolio allocation. So there is a lot to consider, and we're going to be breaking this down into several main criteria to help you make an informed decision. Our discussion is going to talk about and cover the hierarchy of home types in terms of investment value and resale. Now, the top of this hierarchy are single-family detached homes, especially those in good school districts. Then we have townhomes, the ones that only share walls with neighbors to the side, but are a lot more vertical. And lastly, standard condos, which are mostly flat style, or they are now more commonly interlocking with other units. Each tier has unique considerations, so let's dive into what's essential for making a smart investment here in the Bay Area real estate market. Now, we gotta clarify, what exactly is a condo? A condo, short for condominium, will always belong to an association. Condos can either be attached properties with some shared walls, ceilings, or floors, or they can actually be detached, but you're not going to see a whole lot of those often. The primary distinction is in ownership. Unlike a single-family home where you own the property and the land, with a condo, you will generally only own the interior of the unit, and the land is shared with others through the association. This is why you might find a property that looks like a townhome that has some sort of yard, but is still classified as a condo. Don't worry. It's not going to be significantly different from a value appreciation anyways of those styles. Now, in terms of investment, condos often come at a lower price point than detached properties, but to be fair, they do appreciate at a lower rate. That being said, they are still a great option in the right locations. Now let's discuss the key criteria that can help you determine whether a condo investment in the Bay Area is worthwhile and if it's suitable for you today. In the Bay Area, location is crucial. The key is always about finding areas that don't have much supply. Now think about this. Think San Francisco. We don't have a supply constraint there. Areas like Mission Bay, South of Market, those in the financial district, there's a lot of condos available to be bought. There's also a lot of new ones to be bought. Now because there's so much density and there's also a lot of rentals there, this puts a lot of downward pressure on prices if they were even able to be sold. However, you think about other places that are nearby like Port Gulch or Russian Hill. These areas have very strict building requirements and building zones. If you also look at it, there's also a lot less rentals there relative to the density in those other markets that I brought up. This provides appreciation opportunities that the others do not have. Next, aside from the purchase price, you gotta understand the monthly HOA fees. What do they cover? And how do these compare with other condos in the general area? All condos will have an HOA, and it's all gonna fall in a range. Don't complain about them, but understand them as part of the reason why they are cheaper to begin with. That being said, different people value different things. Do you feel safe or want a security guard at the front? Well, if you want a man's security, you would need to pay for their salary and their benefits. What about a pool and gym? How often are you using it? Some you have, quite frankly, no choice about this. You may choose to skip those things if you could. What about parking? Do you get that as part of it? And if so, how many slots? What does the actual location look like? In terms of additional costs, some Bay Area condos, especially in newer communities, have an extra tax called Millaroos. These are in places, especially like in Dublin, where they're actually building whole new school systems and roads to be able to facilitate all these new people that are able to move in. This extra cost, because it's ultimately a property tax, which can be up to 0.75% a year, can impact the overall value. So just be sure to check the HOA and any additional fees. Now, the most important part about your decision, though, is what is your alternative? Most people that start off with a condo are at 95% of the time looking for the cheapest product to get out of wasting money on rent. Or they could be in the outlier, they're looking to downsize or have a second place to call home in a good location. But if you're in the 95% of the market of condos, your alternative doing nothing of buying is to then either invest in the stock market, bonds, crypto, but you will also be facing the negative cost of living in the Bay, which is throwing your money away, which is rent. You'll be paying a monthly amount, a yearly amount, and you'll have nothing to show for it. Now, to be fair, owning a place isn't for everyone. If you're transient or you're going to be leaving in 2 years, don't buy. To be fair, you probably wouldn't have even lasted to this point of this video anyways. So keep in mind, the condo is a stepping stone. You'll live in it for 3 to 5 years and then you'll probably move out. But let's see the actual numbers. If you look at Alameda County, Santa Clara County, and San Mateo County of 1 to 2 bedrooms, today, these are currently on a median price of $702,000. 5 years ago, it was at $630,000. So it's still a gain of 11.5% in 5 years. Now, townhomes of 3 bedroom, they're right now $1.25 million, increased from $865,000. This is a 44% gain. Now, this does include a lot of new construction that transacted, but even if I segmented it, where these townhomes are over 10 years old, they would then have a median price of $1.266 million. They've still gone up 39.9% in the last 5 years, still equivalent to 8% a year. Single family homes, right now $1.578 million, and this increased from $1.11 million. This is an increase of 42%, equivalent of 8.4% a year. Now, the slight difference of those numbers, the single family homes do not have any associations, whereas condos and townhomes do. Ultimately, whether buying a Bay Area condo is a good investment really depends on your goals and where you're at. If you're purchasing as a long-term resident, you may be benefiting from appreciation and a more manageable, quite frankly, maintenance burden, thanks to the HOA, where you don't actually really need to take care of much. Your also insurance premiums are less being in a condo. For investors, condos can offer lower maintenance as well, but resale value will be less than single family and townhomes, so just be mindful of that. It's important to understand both market trends and specific community insights to gauge appreciation potential accurately. So if you're considering a condo or townhome or single family in the Bay Area, reach out to me and my team. We'll help you navigate the local market and find a property that's going to align with your goals, but to also set the right expectations. Don't forget to check out our other videos on Bay Area real estate insights and subscribe for more updates.